And Johnny, let's move on. Final topic. We're diving into DC, and guess what? It's another It's another negative topic. Like, I am getting sick and tired of talking negativity when it comes to DC.
Negative Nancy over here.
Well, am I wrong? Am I wrong?
No, you're not.
Am I wrong?
I had to throw the joke at you.
Am I wrong? People, tell me if I'm wrong. You guys usually love to. But what we're talking about today...
Yeah, tell Ricky how he's wrong.
Aquaman director James Wan revealed why we don't have a trailer yet. And in a series of tweets, here was the entire conversation. He said... Hey friends, I usually do my best to avoid internet noises, especially fabricated distractions, but a teaser trailer going out this weekend was never in the books. Despite some claims, it's not because of anyone or any nefarious reason holding it back. It's me. I'm simply not ready yet to share. This movie is filled to the gills with VFX, and the process is as slow and laborious as a sea slug. Yes, even shots from the trailers take forever to do, and I refuse to put out anything that might be construed as subpar. I know it seems like nothing much is brewing above the surface, but I can assure you we're working nonstop under the waves. Wave emoji, winky emoji. And then he says, P.S. And yes, I plan to use oceanic puns and references every chance I get. Cry laughing emoji. Johnny, here's what I'm going to ask you.
Yeah.
We have no trailer for Aquaman. Director says it's because, like, I can respect what he's saying.
Yes,
I agree. From an artist standpoint, I can respect. I don't want to put out a subpar product. But should we be worried that there's no trailer at this point and this movie comes out November, December?
A little bit, because you know what? We should at least get a teaser trailer. I mean, I'm sorry. I get what you want to make your craft the best you can. I do the same thing when it comes to cosplaying. We both used to do it when it comes to music.
Yeah.
You would do it for the podcast.
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah, exactly. This, I don't want a subpar.
No, Ricky edits it, goes home and edits it.
And if something if something doesn't go up, I won't put it up.
Yeah.
And that's just how, from that standpoint, I can understand that. But like you said, a teaser, give me something.
Give me a teaser trailer, something to say that, hey, this is coming.
And how many movies have we seen
excited for it.
Come out with a teaser trailer, the FX aren't exactly what it is, and then by the movie, it's like, okay, we realize it's not a finished product yet at this point. It's just something to get the hype going and get me excited about your movie.
It's only like 10 seconds of the movie, so I get excited for it.
About 10 to 20.
Yeah, well, teaser trailers are what, 30 seconds to almost a minute
trailers
sometimes?
Are longer now. Trailers are like 5 minutes
Oh,
now.
That's true. That's right.
Teaser trailers are now like a minute, 30 seconds.
So like 30 seconds to a minute and of something to get me excited for the movie coming out. Because right now I have nothing to go off of other than the fact that I've already seen Jason Momoa, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jason Momoa as Aquaman. I mean, I already know what he looks like, though. You have nothing to get me excited for this movie coming out. So that's what gets me worried is like, okay, you got nothing to get me excited for it. You want to start planning that hype because, honestly, I almost forgot at one point that there was an Aquaman movie coming out because of all the other movies you and I go see.
Yeah, and I mean,
almost forgot.
The thing that I'm looking at is my first thought was, oh, how many movies has James Wan directed? And he's directed a total of 13 movies, most of which what you have probably heard of or seen. Saw 1, Insidious 1, Insidious 2, The Conjuring 1, The Conjuring 2, and Furious 7, which was the Fast and Furious. Those are probably the most notable ones that both you and
I've seen one. I've heard of all of those.
I've heard of all of them. I've only seen Furious 7. I don't watch
I think I've seen the first Conjuring. So
I don't watch horror movies. And the thing that I'm wondering at this point is, all right, for a movie like Furious 7, you don't need to put out a trailer. Because guess what? People are going to go see that because the stars in it. Furious 7 had, not only did it have Vin Diesel, who in a Fast and the Furious movie can sell it himself, had Paul Walker, Jason Statham was in that one. You had everyone returning. The Brewster came back as Mia, Tyrese Gibson, Ludacris, Dwayne The Rock Johnson was in there. Kurt Russell was in that one. That's a movie where it's like, all right, Gal Gadot was in that one. She was in Furious 7. That's a movie where you don't need to give me a teaser trailer. Just give me a normal trailer. I'm fine. Fast cars go boom. I'm going to go see it. Most people are just going to go see it for the action alone.
Fast cars go boom.
Yeah, fast cars go boom. Then all the horror films, I'm sorry, horror has its niche where just because it's a horror film, people are going to go see it.
Yeah.
So you don't really need to have like, ooh, the teaser. This is the first time in his directorial, I'm trying to see, did he ever produce a comic book movie? No. Mortal Kombat, he's announced as a producer, but that's after Aquaman. This is the first comic book one. And like the comic book realm of movies is different than anything else. We live, breathe, succeed on hype.
Yes.
Because we are, as comic book fans and comic book nerds, and just superhero fans and superhero nerds, we are very critical. We want it to be as close to the source as possible. However, we do understand that people have their own minds. Like, for example, Marvel. I heard this week and it's perfect. You want to know why Marvel is so successful? It's because they have fans making the movie.
Yeah.
Kevin Feige, the directors, these guys are all fans of these Marvel characters. Whereas I look at DC, I look at Warner Brothers, Jeff Johns, I'm assuming, like, Jeff Johns we trust. How long have I been saying this? Warner Brothers doesn't believe that. Warner Brothers doesn't even believe that, doesn't even give the right people the creative control over these things. And it's not made by the fans. And look at how crappy that the DCU has been. Like, we had a comment last week or 2 weeks ago saying just blow up the DCEU. And that he's like, and the commenter said, that's coming from a DC fan. I almost feel the same way, and I'm a DC guy.
Yep.
Like, the thing with this and getting it back to Aquaman, you need something to hype us up.
Exactly.
We need something because this movie, yes, Jason Momoa is a big star. Game of Thrones kind of catapulted him. He was great. I'm going to say great as Aquaman in Justice League. I really liked the Aquaman that he was going with. Although, looking into it, a lot of his Aquaman scenes were cut from that movie. Like, I guess Dennis Leary's character was supposed to, the villain, he's playing the villain, was supposed to be in there, got cut. There was supposed to be a lot more scenes with him on the village, got cut. Joss Whedon, not Joss Whedon cutting it, but after Zack Snyder left, Warner Brothers got their little grubby hands on it and cut some stuff. But part of me is like, I get it. I get the artist side. But the comic book realm is a different kind of thing to where we live off of hype. And if you don't hype it now, this movie, yes, you'll make money because DC fans will go see it.
We're going to see it, so.
But we live off of hype. That's how we do here. And like, look at what Marvel does with how they hype movies.
Yeah.
We live off of hype.
What, there's at least... What, for Marvel, there's at least 3 trailers for them. I should probably put this in front of me more. There's probably 3 trailers for a Marvel movie, plus at least one teaser trailer, if not 2 sometimes. That's what Marvel does. That's what gets me so fucking hyped about it. Not to mention, I mean, okay, Infinity Wars is an unfair example because we have every freaking Marvel hero in this now.
Yeah.
But I mean, just that's an example. We had what? 2 teaser trailers. We had 3 trailers, 2 to 3 trailers now.
Yeah, two full lengths, I think.
Yeah,
3 if you were at the DC 23 Expo.
Yeah, or if you saw the clip that got leaked.
Yeah.
So yeah, we had at least 2 to 3 trailers. We've had at least 1 teaser trailer, and just the massive amount of hype that's out on it. In general. Like, I admit that's an unfair example, but Marvel does that. They put out at least 3 trailers per movie. At least it seems like 2 to 3, and at least 1 teaser trailer per movie.
I'm
So I'm worried about it because you guys aren't giving me anything to go off of. You're not getting me excited to go see this movie. Ready Player One, you and I, when it first came out, excited to see it. And as
excited, and then that's a good example, because as the trailers came out, like early trailers came out for that, I was skeptical about the movie. However, the trailers that came out ramping up for the release looked way better than what they gave off early on. So I get that part of it. Like, it's a fine line to where, yes, you want to hype everyone up, but you don't want to turn people off at the same time.
Yeah, I
get that.
That's part of it. You don't want to give too much away, but that's what a teaser trailer's for.
And I mean, a good thing, or a good point, as I'm reading here in this article about it, it says last month Sony Pictures unveiled their first teaser for Venom starring Tom Hardy. And the trailer was analyzed and criticized for not including the titular symbiote, as well as including shots that many speculated featured unfinished VFX. I don't know about you. Those people who were the ones that they said were criticizing it for unfinished FX, I didn't have that complaint at all with the Venom trailer.
No, trailer nor the teaser trailer.
Because how they framed it was, my focus wasn't on anything VFX wise. It was focused on the story.
Yeah.
Built off of the narration from Tom Hardy.
Exactly. No, that was a great way.
They could even do something like that with Momoa, to where it's like, hey, you know what? Let's go ahead and we get that. And another thing for Aquaman that makes it tricky is Tom Hardy's not underwater.
Yeah, that's true.
Venom's not underwater. There's, like the director did say, there's a ton of VFX, visual effects, that have to go into this. But you gotta give me, I'm not buying.
Tease me something.
I'm not buying. I'm buying the fact that there's probably a lot of visual effects. I'm buying the fact that they're not all done. I'm not buying the fact that you can't give me something.
Yeah,
I'm not buying the fact that you can't give me a little bit of something.
Can you give me a little taste?
Give me a little taste. Give me a little something that makes
Give me that sample from the store, so I know if I want to buy this.
Not exactly that. I'm going a different route. Mama Karlic's making some dinner, right? Mama Karlic's sitting there making dinner. You're coming up, little Johnny comes up. When's dinner going to be done? I'm hungry. She gives you that little taste. She pulls out the spoon, gives you that little taste, makes you want the dinner that much more.
Yeah, that didn't happen in my house.
Because you could just taste it a little bit.
That didn't happen in my house.
All right, Mama Widmer's sitting there. She's now making,
there you go.
She's now stepping in. You come up, Mom, I want some dinner. I want some right now. She takes a little, usually she taste tests it, but usually, all right, going to give you a little bit of something. Gets that little bit on your, right there on the tongue. Makes you want the dinner. Makes you want it that much more. That's what I want from Aquaman.
My example was a little close to yours. It was, you go to the store, you're walking around, you're debating if you want to buy something.
I just get the free samples and leave.
That's what I'm saying. They have the free sample right there.
I don't buy it. I just get the free samples.
Just go along with me on this for a second. I went along with yours, except for it being in my house.
Yeah.
You go to the store, they have the summer sauce, not summer sausage. They have these sausages made up. Little thing. You find like, this is fucking delicious.
Are we talking Italian sausage, Polish sausage?
Polish sausage.
Okay. So kielbasa.
Kielbasa, yeah. Okay. You want me to go with the proper term? Kielbasa.
Thank
Fine.
you.
Happy now? So anyways.
Want to fight about it?
Hey, you want to fight about it?
Continue with your analogy.
You freaking paisan. So anyways, you grab that piece of sausage, you taste it, like, this is fucking delicious. I'm going to buy this shit. That's what I want. I want that little taste so I can say, I want to go buy this.
And then you don't have the money. And you're like, I got to come back in December.
Obviously,
I got to come back in December.
November.
Any final thoughts on this before we wrap up the shop today?
Just give us a teaser trailer, please.
I get it.
Please.
I get, like,
teaser trailer.
Artists
30 seconds.
Directors are artists in their own.
They are.
I get it. You want this thing to be perfect. Give me something, though. Give me a little bit of something.
I completely understand. I do same thing with my cosplays. I don't want to roll one out until it's ready to go.
Give me a little
but
bit
give me a taste.
of something.
Give me a taste of something.
This is where you guys come in. Let us know down below. What do you guys think? Are you guys worried we haven't got a trailer yet? What are your thoughts about the whole not wanting to put it out because the VFX, the visual effects might not be done? Also, let us know what you think about anything we talked about today. Housekeeping here at the end. You want to help support us on Patreon, that link down below in the description. You can join a Rick and Johnny podcast. We actually will be having 2 new patrons on podcasts in April. William and then Shane O'Mac, one of our followers on Twitter, will be new patrons in April. Want to officially welcome them to the Patreon MVP family. You can also get an MVP t-shirt. That link down below in the description. Most Valuable Podcast, that has everything for MVP each and every day. And last but not least, go ahead and give the Rick and Johnny podcast a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts and iTunes. Want to thank you guys for watching. Want to thank you guys for listening. And as always, have a good day, everybody.